between us and fruit flies or city rats and any other living thing. There's kind of a common ancestry. The tree eventually converges. What's interesting about post-natural organisms is that that convergence always, let's say by definition, converges in a place where there's people, a cultural place, a laboratory, a farm. Somewhere somebody was breeding this organism that later on had all this diversity and was shared all over the world. But the common ancestry brings us back to a particular place, not an abstract one. So here's an example. These are cells that I got to photograph under a scanning microscope. These are HeLa cells. They're human cells, but they're also cancerous. And these are used all over the world as a kind of stand-in for humans. This is like a very common reason for making a post-natural organism, is to have a little representative of people, because we don't like to mess with people anymore. That was popular for a while, and right now it's very politically taboo and ethically and morally taboo. So we farm that work out to tissue cultures and to small mammals, mice, rats. So these cells are used all over the world to study the effects of radiation, occasionally pharmaceuticals, this kind of thing. If we take their ancestry, they all converge on this one woman, Henrietta Lacks. So that's the HeLa that makes up her name. This story's gotten a lot of attention in recent years, in good part because of the book, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, which I have to plug, because it does a fantastic job of describing what I think of as a post-natural history of an organism. Henrietta Lacks had a tumor. A piece of that tumor was taken by a doctor who was also studying how to keep little pieces of people, tissue, alive outside of the body. And her cells were the first to successfully do that. And he shared those cells because they were able to do that. And so those cells were shared between scientists all over the world and are now, she died within a year of that piece of her body being taken off, but her cells are still alive, and you can mail order them, and you can walk into just about any substantial university in the world that has a biotech facility, and there will be parts of Henrietta Lacks' body still in a dish. You could do the same thing by looking at like the most iconic laboratory organism, the lab rat. This is the first of the mammals to be inbred to the point where the children were basically the same as the adults. It's very important for researchers to know that we're all using the same thing, so they kind of can be treated